Hey everybody, my name is Jarrett Richards and I'm the founder of WebbyBuilder and appybuilder.com. In the last video, I went over the basics of editing your website that you're creating. In this video, I'm going to actually show you how to navigate the different menus so you know exactly where to basically find everything that you need that you're trying to do. So the first things first is that you're going to see in here, there's a help button that's going to take you to the help section right in here, which you could either search for what you're looking for, or you could come in here and search by different categories and topics. The settings, website settings, when you click on website settings, this is going to be all of your custom settings that is going to allow you to either have custom codes. So let's say you want to add custom codes. What you're going to be able to do is essentially just click the website settings, go to custom code, and in here, you could essentially click custom CSS, custom body markup, custom head markup, page CSS, page, and so on. And essentially add custom codes that you need to or want to. Let me give you an example of this. So I had somebody that I partner with for helping my clients with Google local SEO rankings and keywords. And so we're going to help my clients new image. So let me pull up their website right here. So this was a code that was sent to me that we installed on the very bottom. So all I did was essentially added a widget to the, I didn't install it here. So what I did was I went to the very bottom of the header. I went here, I went code, and I just, let's say I'm just gonna drag it in here. And all I did was right in here, I just pasted the HTML code and then hit save. And obviously it shows what it is there. But we're doing that for SEO purposes. But so you're able to also add code in your pages, but you could also add custom code by clicking website settings, going to custom code and adding whatever you want to if you're that advanced. But again, you don't need any coding whatsoever to be able to build a professional website, optimize SEO, and have it do what you want it to. It's just if you want it to have custom features, you could obviously start coding. But I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel on that guy. I'm going to go back to website settings because under custom code is page SEO. So this is your main page SEO. So like essentially, see how it's orange? Right now, what I'm going to do is put welcome to Jarrett Richards Estates real estate agency. Okay, see how it's now green? So now basically what that's telling me is that the keyword and the verbiage for the meta tags and meta descriptions and meta titles are basically strong enough to be able to pick up and recognize what I'm trying to have my stuff pull for. And so not only that is it's also going to show like in here, so see where it says welcome to new image paint and ... Obviously you can't read the rest of it, but that's also helping the SEO. So you could do that for the overall website, which you could do again by just clicking website settings and then going to page SEO. The other thing, however, is let's say you want to go to, like, I'm just going to hit disregard on that. Let's say I want to go to the about page. So to change, let me just add I'll go to services. Okay, so essentially on this page, what I'll do is go to pages, which is the very top 3 lines. Then what I'm going to do is go over to the 3 dots, hit show settings, and then click SEO info. Then in here, again, same thing, Jarrett Richards, real estate services in Newport Beach. And you get the gist, and it turns green, and obviously I would finish, but so it doesn't mean that it's like super strong because obviously you're going to have to use Google Analytics and stuff like that and keyword planners and so on and other data to know what keywords you should be using and optimizing. But the green and the orange definitely helps tell you when it's not worded or optimized at all versus when it's actually being optimized. So that green definitely does help. The share image, you could click on this guy and basically add whatever image you want. So I'm just going to click on this for an example and hit save. So when let's say I texted this to somebody, this image right here would actually show as a preview on that link that I sent via text. So that's how you're able to do that. But again, you have website settings in here, which allows you to edit your overall arc website's page SEO and your overall arc, like your basically your homepage. Imagine it your homepage for your share image and your SEO on your overall website. But to change the SEO of each individual page, go to the 3 lines on the top, which is your pages, and click the 3 lines and hit show settings. and essentially change everything that you want to right in here. Super simple, super easy. Now what I'm also going to show you above the website settings, I'm sorry, not above, under the page SEO is file manager. So if you want to see all of the images and files that you've uploaded to your library, you can click on that right there. You have general, which is right here. So like your 5con and social share image. See how on this guy, like there's icons. Basically, this is how you're going to be able to select what is showing in like a website tab, or when somebody shares your website link on social media, which obviously you could change that to your logo or anything that you want to, and then just make sure you hit save. You have domains. This is how you're going to connect a domain. Hit connect existing domain, put in your website. So like, let's just put in this guy. Then I'm going to hit connect domain. And then all I'm simply going to do is because this domain is currently active, I'm going to let me use one that's not active already. I'm going to discontinue. Okay, connect domain. I'm just going to do this guy just for the example, connect domain, and see how it's read. What I'm going to do is go into my DNS settings on like GoDaddy or whatever domain provider I have, and I'm going to add these records. So if you follow the information right here, it basically tells you what it needs, but all you're going to do is just add this information, and then this will turn green like how I just showed you when it's actually active and synced. That domain I already have synced on my backend, so because I'm logged into my admin control panel, it automatically synced, but obviously I don't have this domain. But that's what it would show when it's not active. When it is connected successfully, it will be green. And then obviously you could pull up your URL and see that it is live. So I'm going to disconnect that domain because I don't need it or want it. But you have language and time, so you could change this if you wanted to. Cookies and privacy. So like if you wanted to change this information, you absolutely can. Applications, hit add application. And this is how you're able to basically add your MailChimp if you wanted to. And anything else, or like webhooks from like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. Google Analytics, you could add pixels. Basically, it's very easy. For Google Analytics, by the way, if you want to add Google Analytics, take the HTML code and just go to custom code and add it right in here. Like just click and then hit save, and it will do exactly what you want it to do. Let me go back to website settings one more time. Personalization. This you don't really have to worry too much about, but if you know how to add tags and stuff like that, you absolutely can. And then URL redirect. So like if you wanted a certain page to redirect to another page, you could add that right in here. But this settings icon is how you're able to control your website settings and your custom settings and tools and so on. Your funnels, basically, you could actually, up in here, this tab where it says website, Richards Estates, and this little green circle with 2 arrows. When you click on it, see how it shows funnels? You don't have any funnels yet, create a funnel, but when I click on websites, it shows the website that I'm currently working on. As a marketer, you have lead and sales funnels, and then you also have your website. So some people build landing pages and lead and sales funnels within their actual website. But then again, some people will use completely separate URLs and have a completely entirely separate lead funnel with a new entirely separate pixel to try to drive sales, drive leads, and so on. So you could actually come in here, hit create a funnel, and come in here and have all these different categories from sales and product, lead generation, webinar, lead magnet, opt-in, home, course, academy, coupon, or an empty one. And essentially come and actually same thing, same process, same exact process as a website, but these are built for actual leads or sales. So like, let me go to like this one right here, preview. So see how it's step 1 landing. So this is the first page, super simple. Step 2 is a code page. So the whole concept is that they will come here, they have a strong call to action. Now what they're able to do is put in their information to get the code. Once they do, they're redirected right here. They click this button, they either download your file, they get the coupon or whatever it may be. But the whole point is you actually get the lead. So these are lead and sales funnels. So you can control that by clicking the website tab button and go to funnels, create a new funnel. When you create a funnel, you're going to be able to see it's in there. And when you do that, you could also see them in here as well. So that way you could access, but make sure that your website and funnels are either synced if you want them to or not. You don't have to, that's entirely up to you. And then again, this is your global styling. So you are basically able to change everything. Your color panel, like I told you, these are the global styling in the last video on the basics of editing. So you could actually control all these colors. So that way, when you're working on your website, you have all of the same colors easily accessible when you're adding a new block, adding a new widget, adding a new section, adding a new page, and so on. But you could also hit global styling and go to add fonts. So you could upload a custom font from anywhere you want to. I'll basically save that file and then upload it here. Or you could come in here and hit add fonts, and we have Google fonts already installed. So you could basically come in here and search whatever you want and start adding them. And then you could actually add, save, confirm. And so when you click on here and go to fonts, you're going to be able to see all the new fonts that you added. So these aren't the only fonts that we have. These are just like the core ones, and then you're able to add whatever other ones that you want to, which is very cool, easy, and simple. You could add a new widget. So we have all of these. These are like the core widgets. We have lead generation widgets, media widgets, and then other. So like basically, let's say I want to add a button. So you could come in here, drag this down right here. Now I have a button. I could hit add link, and I can control where I want it to go to. Do I want it to go to a page? If so, what page group? Do I want it to go to a blog, a portfolio? I want to go to pages. Let's say I want it to go to services, or let's say I want it to go to a webinar, and I want it to go there in a new tab or in the same tab. I could do that. I could also have it go to a store, my store, which I'll show you in a second. An external link. When you do an external link, like let's say I want it to go here, make sure you have the HTTPS. So just come in here, URL, click, paste, and make sure you have that entire thing if that's where you want it to go. You can have it go to an anchor point, which I'll show you how to create an anchor point. Like let's say I want, I'm going to delete this button in here, but let's say I want this button right here to go like right here. I'm going to go down to block. I'm going to add widget. And see how it says online storage. It's already added here, but so I'm just going to, let's say I'm going to change this to test anchor. I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to come up here, hit the button. And then what I'm going to do is hit the link, go down to anchor point. I'm going to go to the page that I want. I'm on the services page, and test anchor is right there. Hit select, hit save, and I'm going to preview the website design. And really quick, just so you know how I did that, it's the I button right here, very bottom of the left-hand menu. And now when I hit call to action, it takes me exactly where I wanted it to go. So that's how you create anchor points, and that's always also how you could set where those anchor points go to. But then again, you could add other widgets, like you could add booking, which would be the appointments, and you could add a store, you could add sliders, you could add video, social media, you could add custom codes, embedded codes, you name it, and so on. But then again, like I said, you could also add a block and add an empty block, or add any of these categories and so on, which you could see we have lots of options, which is great for you and making it easier, because a lot of these are actually proven to work when it comes to what people like or good designs and so on. And it's easy to change if it's not what you like. But if you want to add a new page, go to pages, very top, you have blog, your portfolio, store, system pages, and so on. You also have pop-ups. If you click pop-ups, add new, you could see that you could add a new page, new pop-up, or a new page group. A page group is basically like a section of pages. So like, let's say I'm running a marketing agency and I'm running a campaign for real estate, a campaign for fitness. I could create a page group for real estate and fitness and have those pages under those, basically under that tab. So it's easier for me to see and access those pages, but you don't have to do that, of course. You could hit a new pop-up, which we have templates as well for categories of pop-ups to either, if you're running an e-commerce store and have like one of the advanced plans, you could have like a pop-up, like actually pop up to check out, to make that process easier and faster for somebody to actually check out with a product that's in their cart or so on. You could link it to a product where they could actually just be redirected to buy the product with a special countdown, some type of call to action, you name it. But then again, we also have opt-ins for lead generation and so on. So same process is actually like, let's click on this guy. Same exact process is changing websites, editing websites, and so on. You could obviously drag and drop. You could add widgets even in here. So like, let's say I want to add a progress bar. I'm going to add that progress bar right in here. And this color, I'm going to change it to green. Hit save, pop-up settings. I'm going to change this to test I'm going to come in here. I could change basically, I'm going to put it on mobile devices, but I'm going to also have it on the page exit, or like when they have been on the website for a certain period. So like, let's say after 7 seconds, I want it to pop up. Show on, I want it to show on all. Confirm, save. And now what I'll be able to do is essentially come in here and 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, boom. Super simple and easy to click out of if they don't want to actually take action. But you could click X and now you're back to editing what you want. But on pages, you could see pages and pop-ups now have tests right in there. And I could also do the same exact thing where I could control and edit what I was just trying to edit if I wanted to change anything up. So easy to add pages, easy to add pop-ups. If I want to add a new page, you could also go to add page, and you can see that we have a whole boatload of categories from lead generation, webinars, all the way down to pricing, memberships, coupons, events, landing pages, contacts, about, teams, thank you. I think we have testimonials as well. That may be a block, but yeah, I mean, you name it. We have everything that makes it very easy for you to build a website that looks professional, represents your brand, but also doesn't make it difficult to build an actual professional looking website. And you don't have to be a website pro, or you could hire a professional to do it for you with still having the ability to edit or change and access the website when you need to. So that's basically the gist of the side menu of our dashboard and how to edit your website, edit widgets, how to add pages, edit SEO, add widgets, control the global styling, how to essentially link lead and sales funnels, your website settings, custom settings, and how to preview your website, and so on. But you could also come in here and hit tablet or phone view. So you could see how I don't really like this view. So like this is more of an advanced tip, but what I could do is come in here and actually hit copy and see how this little circle now has this block container copied and all the other ones. What I'll be able to do is come in here and see how this shows hide this container on tablets. I'm going to hit that, and then same thing, show hide this container on phones, same thing. And if I want it back, I just re-click, but now I'm going to hit save. And now what I'm going to do is actually come in here, because I don't like how the text logos look on the mobile device at all. I just don't. So I wouldn't recommend the text. I would recommend an actual logo because it would look a hell of a lot better. But what I could do is basically come in here, drag and drop this container back. And now what I'm going to be able to do is actually edit how this looks. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to drag this down. And this guy I'm going to center. This guy I'm going to center. This stuff I'm going to center. And this guy, I'm just going to shrink them down actually and leave them. And this guy I'm going to bring up. And again, don't recommend the text logo for that exact reason, because the menu is just that placement. It is there, out of our control. But now I could hit save changes, and you could see on the desktop, now I don't have anything affected here. You don't see the mobile one, but when I click on mobile, now we have it optimized for mobile, which is also a pro tip. But again, that's how you're able to control and also see how your website looks on a tablet, how it will look on a phone, and how it looks on a desktop. But again, these are the side menu options. But now in the next video, I'm going to show you how to access your dashboard and basically how to control your store, your e-commerce section, and then also your contact CRM system, and also appointments in the next video. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.